We are ready to pop the cork in Champaign, Illinois, home to the Fighting Illini, and the fans clad in orange and blue are more than ready for this one. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Illinois Fighting Illini. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Illinois about to kick it away to get things started. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll toss it to the left. Trucks through the defender. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Fires on the move. Got him downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Rebels! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. How about this? These guys are going for two. On the option. Trying to get closer, and they knock it free. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Steps away. He'll fire to his right. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. No, he just flat ran over it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about this speed by the QB on that play?
Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Oh, gave the defender the business. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
He'll pitch it. Just steamrolling his way through. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. They'll run the option. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll start this drive with a pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Wants to throw on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Quarterback will audible. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And he makes the catch, but no. They'll say he's out of bounds.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. This time he's got his man. Woo, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Reads it, fires complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Illini! What a catch and run for 6. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Got enough for the 1st down. Nice job to keep it himself, find the 1st down marker, and move the change for this offense.
And, Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like, now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running, has completely changed the way people play defense.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. This is a designed run. Picks up the 1st down. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
You just hold your breath every time this QB keeps the football in the running game, man. With his speed, he's a threat to hit the home run every time he totes the rock.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Power football with the run. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15. They need 1 yard on 3rd down to keep this one going. This will be the 8th play of the drive. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
They've really controlled the ball on this drive, and the penalty gives them another 1st and 10. Here comes the option. Spins away. And they stop him just short of the goal line. They'll mark it at the 1. And after that 1st down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Goes to the option. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Hawaii dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this. It sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a 1st and goal. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Running back goes in motion. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Fair catch, called for and made. Returns to the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You see so many offenses these days just throw swing routes to the running back. That's the extension of the run game. Well, that's the play that's the extension of. It's the toss. And when he gets outside, watch out. He can dial up home runs.
To the ground with the back.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. And they get the sack just like that. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. No fair catches here, looking for room. And the returner will be knocked down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The Rebels will hustle to the line. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Batted into the air, and it's picked. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Into the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
That last big play has them in business. Just outside the red zone, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback will keep it.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. On the option. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. He'll ride his man on the option. Bulls his way forward. Touchdown, Rebels! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. And they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Dances away. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Bringing it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. All teed up and ready to go here in the 2nd half. He's going to bring it out from deep. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out at the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Illinois offense returns to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this 3rd quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. At the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Illinois! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Scrambling away. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Ole Miss 41, Illinois 13.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Line gets set, first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got the quick pass. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. He'll pull it down. At the 45 on his way. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
He wants to throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
He's got him this time. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They looked like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Touchdown, Rebels! And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Jacksonville State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Touchdown, Ole Miss! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of.
And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it.
13.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Right, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Trying to turn the corner on the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds his man. It's Thomas. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Going to try to get it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. The Rebels will have it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Makes his connection. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. From the gun. Buying some time. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left and wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And the pummeling has started.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field.
Dang, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Ole Miss 68, Illinois 13.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Really nice run, rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. I think if you're on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. This quarterback, part of their running game. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
It's a turnover on downs.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Tackle is made at the 46-yard line. Second down coming up.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. On the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
You got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Rebels. And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Iowa State somehow, some way, found a way there in Ames and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Illinois offense returns to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Okay, ready?
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Working on the right. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Man, you hate that if you're on defense. Third and long, you've got everybody covered downfield, and you let the running back pick it up on a check down throw. You've got to be way better tackling in that situation. That is a blown opportunity for this defense.
Handoff from the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Yeah, and another good run. What's new, though? I mean, this dude, 150 on the dot. That is a great day at the office. He's been really, really good all game long, and it's no secret why they continue to feature this guy in the ground game.
They'll throw it on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. The inside handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Motion from the offense. On 4th down, going to the air. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Calls his own number, and they're able to make the tackle.
I do like the play call offensively here in a two-point situation. Trust your quarterback to get it in, but this defense does such a good job rallying to the football, and they come away with no points on the two-point attempt.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. First down here for the offense. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every